What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I got some juicy news. I love to watch moments like this, just fall in our lap, because we're finally starting to see like the mainstream media and all these shill sites kind of start waking up to the reality of what's going on at the MCU and what happened with the Marvels. And to start things off, we always got to take a good long look at the actual Marvels box office. This is the Marvels box office after the Thanksgiving weekend. Hey, worldwide, it's finally, it's nearing that $200 million mark. Nearing it. Not gonna break even, needs to make $600 million just to break even, and domestically doesn't look like it's gonna cross that $100 million mark whatsoever. And that's a comic moment. That's just funny as all hell. But you come up here, is the Marvels a box office disaster? Yes, definitively. This is the worst disaster in MCU history, especially when you take a look that Marvels will become the first MCU title to fall short of $100 million domestically. These movies used to always cross $100 million domestically. After a certain period of time, these movies were just billion-dollar movies after billion-dollar movies after billion-dollar movies. One of the key factors in what made Captain Marvel a billion-dollar movie was the simple fact that it came out at the perfect time and it got marketed extremely well at the end of Infinity War. They had the Captain Marvel scenes basically setting up that, hey, you have to go see Captain Marvel in order to understand what's going to happen within Endgame. That was a requirement. You were going to have to know stuff. It was going to be the foil and everything like that. And guess what? It meant jack crap, and people hated it. People hated her. People hated Brie Larson. People hated a lot of things that came out from this era. And this is all coming home to roost. This is doubling down on the whole fact that Marvel, Disney, all these companies have been doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on identity politics, MCU, all the stuff that we know and hate. They've just continued to plow straight forward to it, heading straight towards that cliff, because they don't know how to turn around, and they don't make movies for fans anymore. They make movies to pass around themselves so they can pat themselves on the back. That's why a lot of people keep continuously fail upwards. But now we are starting to see some people start to wake up. Definitively, some people start to wake up, because you come over here, Disney misled fans about Thanos MCU Phase 5 role. Now, what is this about? Well, a lot of us were talking about this and bringing it up when the last, second to last, because there's a new Marvels trailer that I went over, Meowvels. But we come over here, what they're talking about this whole trailer. You know, for those of you who don't remember this trailer, I'll play a little bit of it for you. It was when they were hearkening back to all the past, all the moments from Endgame, all the past, all the people that we used to love and care about. Tony Stark, not Sam. Why am I blanking on him? God dang it. Captain America. Tony Stark, Captain America. I can't. Why am I blanking on Cap's actual name? I don't freaking know. And Thanos. And I'll just play a little bit.
It's an old-fashioned notion, but the world can still use them.
Ready.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, guys. Whatever it takes. Remember this. They were hearkening all the way back to this, and then they get even all the way over to bringing in Thanos.
But it's not over.
My work is inevitable. There will always be more to finish it.
Trying to hearken that Burbon, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to manipulate you. This is being classic manipulation after classic manipulation. And it's getting even worse when it comes over from like Disney and everything like this. Because what they're trying to do here is say that Burbon has connections to Thanos. Burbon is going to continue Thanos' work. And that was their whole plan here. Their entire strategy here was to harken back to what happened in Infinity War and Endgame, and try to say that Burbon is an equal to Thanos, trying to finish off Thanos' work, trying to do everything for Thanos. In reality, nah. She just had hate boner for Captain Marvel is what it was. And also Captain Marvel basically destroyed her home world and never went back to go fix it. But let's read through this. Disney misled fans about Thanos' role in the Marvels. The week prior to the Marvel's theatrical debut, Disney and Marvel Studios released a trailer featuring callbacks to Infinity Saga characters, including Josh Brolin's Thanos. While the teaser featured no new footage of the villain, it did include new dialogue that was never heard in Avengers Infinity Infinity War or Endgame. That's right, they included brand new dialogue that wasn't there before. Now, when it comes to Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, those movies were more so in Endgame. That movie was constantly reshot. Tons of stuff was left on the cutting room floor. So it doesn't really shock me that they have audio that wasn't shown in the actual movie itself, especially because they have that whole deleted scene that they kind of put in the end credit scene at one point of Professor Hulk actually saving the day. So they have tons of stuff throughout this whole thing. So again, that doesn't shock me. But the simple fact that you use it, you try to use it to harken back to everything to help try to mislead fans that, hey, Thanos is going to be super important and Dar-Benn is equal to Thanos. That's manipulation. That's false advertisement. That is not cut and dry, one of the worst things you can do, and actually kind of against the law nowadays. I'm not gonna lie, it is becoming against the law to do this in movies. And suggested a connection between the Mad Titan and Dar-Benn, the Marvel's antagonist. The moment in the trailer, this we already watched. We scroll down here. Why the timing of these shots combined with the use of Thanos' dialogue led audiences to expect Dar-Benn to continue his mission in some fashion. The Marvels ended up being a strictly Phase 5 story with nothing to do with Brolin's baddie and his inevitable work. No, it didn't. Legitimately didn't. This was, I've been saying it all throughout this video. This was a manipulation tactic. This was a ploy to try to convince people that this movie was more important than it actually was. They were trying to harken back to what people actually cared about, what people actually liked in the MCU, harkening back to Tony Stark, harkening back to Captain America, harkening back to legitimately one of the best baddies in the entire MCU, Thanos, a guy who they built up throughout all the phases, starting with Avengers, moving all the way on, creating this villain that people fell in love with and honestly kind of agree with now. But trying to hearken to all these emotions we had to these people, getting you to apply it to Dar-Benn, and then when the actual movie comes out, nobody cares. Nobody cares one little bit about Dar-Benn. Nobody actually, there's no real connection there. It's just a entirely separate story dealing with nothing to do with Thanos, and we're finally get the mainstream media calling them out on it. But, you know, the defenders of the Marvels, they still don't know how to give up. Because even though the Marvels is being called out for the fact that they lied, the MCU's actually Marvel themselves are now being called out for the fact that they were trying to blame everything on Nia DaCosta and everything for the reason the movie failed was on the hands of Nia DaCosta. All this stuff's going on. Guess what else? You know, the Shields just can't get rid of. MCU box office drama ignores the Marvels breaking one important record. What record is that? Because all these people, this is the only thing they have to defend this movie. The Marvels had the biggest opening weekend ever for a black female director. That's all these people have. That's everything that's going on here. Shield sites, this is the only argument they have. This is what, in reality, it doesn't mean anything. If your movie's this garbage, if you had to manipulate people and you're now getting called out for manipulating everybody, and this is the one record you got, God damn, you really got nothing, do you? But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you all on the next one. And don't forget to check out coffeebrandcoffee.com. What's going on, guys? Listen, it's Christmas season coming up, and you know what makes great gifts? That's right, Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee makes wonderful gifts. And guess what? They don't just have great coffees, teas, and cocos. They also got gear. They got K-Cups. And also they got wonderful gift boxes. Gift boxes that include all sorts of wonderful, great goodies. You got chocolate covered coffee beans, raspberry yogurt pretzel twists, sea salt milk chocolates, caramel. You got chocolate covered coffee beans, peppermint hot cocoa, spicy and sweet treat mixes, kettle corn pop, premium vacuum travel tumblers, and all sorts of wonderful great stuff that you can get at Coffee Brand Coffee. And these make great Christmas gifts. So guys, please check out coffeebrandcoffee.com and use promo code BACKTACO at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. That's coffeebrandcoffee.com, promo code BACKTACO.